Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Loves Manga. First things first, yes, my hair is short. Some of y'all probably don't even really notice how I look in my videos, and that's fine. I prefer that you don't. Today I'm here to share with y'all what I read in November. November is not actually over yet, but I am done reading. This entire stack that you can't see the bottom of is what I've read so far this month, and that's not including things that I've read on the Shonen Jump app, as well as things that I have read on my Kindle. So I have read a lot and I have enjoyed it, but I need a break. So for the rest of this week and all of Thanksgiving week or whatever, I'm not going to read any manga, which is, it's probably a lie. I mean, I'm still probably going to read some stuff on like the Shonen Jump app. And I'll probably take my Kindle with me to my dad's when we go visit for Thanksgiving. So I'm actually probably still going to read, but I'm gonna try to take a break. Let's get into this stack. So on the top of the stack is what I just finished reading, and that is 10 Count, the entire series, volumes 1 through 6. There are a lot of things that I could see people having problems with, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my gosh, it's not that big of a deal. Just because it's not a big deal to me doesn't mean that it should not be a big deal for others. I could see it being triggering for some. This just didn't have any of my personal triggers. So keep that in mind though. If you have not read this series and you're curious, I would say trigger warnings, wonky mental health diagnosis, possible eating disorder. Like the main guy who is OCD also doesn't really eat. Like he's never shown eating and he always is like, I'm not hungry. I don't know, that was very worrisome. But I did enjoy this story. It was entertaining. I am going to keep this because I would read this again. Next up, I have a graphic novel called Road Queen, Eternal Road Trip to Love. This is by Mita Ong Chua, and I really hope that I pronounced her name correctly. But this was so cute. This is a romantic comedy and it centers around a girl named Leo who is very, very popular in her all-girls academy. I think she's a senior when you first meet her. For whatever reason, she is just not open to getting to know any of these girls, and all she really cares about is her motorcycle named Bethany. But things begin to change when she meets Vega, who is this like mysterious young woman who shows up and does some amazing mechanic work on Bethany, and then basically takes her, like steals the motorcycle essentially. And they end up coming together later and they have like a fake relationship that turns into something else, and it's just cute. Next up, I have Intimate Days by Ikuhana Nido. Oh my gosh, this is a hentai and it's also heterosexual, but oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm gonna save my thoughts for an actual manga chat. I'm going to do a Thirsty Thursday manga chat about this one, but I just wanted to show y'all that I read it. So good. Next I have volume 1 of Gravitation by Maki Murakami. This was sent to me by one of my friends. If you saw my manga box swap video, then you would have seen me unbox this. I was surprised that I was intrigued by this. I'm not really sure if I want to try to hunt down the remaining volumes. I haven't decided, but I did enjoy this and I am intrigued. So we'll see. Another manga that my friend sent me is Where Has Love Gone? This is by Ryoku Tsunoda. This is a BL anthology, but it does focus mainly on one couple. There's only one story in here that focuses on a different couple, but I liked this. It did have some tropes that I did not enjoy, specifically sexual assault. I do not like when couples meet and there's immediate sexual assault and that's how they start their relationship. I hate that so much. I hate it. That does happen in here, but the rest of the story was interesting and good. So I was just like, I don't understand why the forced sex thing has to be a thing. Like, Why is this a thing? Next up, I read volume 2 of Hungry for You, Indo Yasuko Stalks the Night by Flower Child. This series was okay. This was given to me by a manga friend, and I thought it was cute, but that's really all I thought. Like, it was cute. I didn't hate it. I didn't feel like it was a waste of my time to read, but it wasn't necessarily anything that stood out to me. I think I might see if my 13-year-old wants to read this. He might enjoy it, and if not, I don't know what I'll do with it, because I don't know that I'll keep it, since I don't think that I would reread this. But I am appreciative of getting free manga, so yeah. Next up, I have volume 1 of Lovely Complex. This was sent to me by the same manga friend, and this I freaking loved, and I will absolutely be trying to get my hands on the rest of this series. This was adorable. Holy crap. So if you are curious, this is a story about Risa, who is the tallest girl in her class, and her relationship with the shortest boy in their class, and I think his name is, what is his name? Atashi. And it's adorable. It's a rom-com, and I ship them. They're adorable, and I want to read the rest of this. Next, I have volume 1 of Vampire's Portrait. This is another BL story, and this was in my manga swap. I liked this. Next, I have another hentai. This is Alluring Woman by QV. QV is the mangaka behind one of my current favorite sports manga. It is a ballet sports manga. So when I found out that QV also writes hentai, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta test this out. I gotta see. And so I bought this, and I enjoyed it, and I will be talking about it in a Thirsty Thursday video. Battery's gonna die. Next, I have volumes 1 through 4 of Behind the Scenes by Bisco Hattori. This is actually only a 7-volume series, but I opted not to finish it because I realized I prefer Ouran High School Host Club over this one. I am giving the entire series to one of my manga friends. So just to let y'all know, if I'm ever talking about a series that I don't like and I don't want to keep, don't be afraid to message me and ask me for it. Because I am more than happy to give manga that I don't want to keep away to people who might enjoy it, as opposed to just sending it to like a Goodwill or something like that. I mean, I know people could also find it there, but I'd rather give it away for free than to take it somewhere that's gonna, you know, sell it. Because yeah, anyway, I think I did talk about my reasons for not finishing this in an IGTV video, pretty sure. Next up, I have the entire Beauty Pop series. I loved this series, and I do think I have a manga chat on my IGTV, I think. Next, I have Gerard and Jacques. This is by Fumio Yoshinaga, and I did not like this. For a long time, I told myself that if it's something that was written by my favorite mangaka, I would keep it, but lately I've realized that sometimes even my favorite mangaka write things that I don't love, and there's no sense in keeping it. It's not gonna hurt their feelings. They don't care. Next, I have Solfege, also by Fumio Yoshinaga. This is one that I did not hate. It did have some things that I didn't love, but Fumio Yoshinaga really does have an understanding of context and framing, and it's hard for me to fully hate this. It's so hard because I enjoyed the story. It was so compelling. The characters are flawed, and it's very interesting, and Fumio Yoshinaga is a queen. Clearly, I was on a Fumio Yoshinaga binge. I have owned all of her English translated works for a while, but it's taken me some time to get through all of them, and I guess I was just in the mood to read her stuff. So next up, I have Ichigenme. The first class is Civil Law, and this might actually be my favorite BL so far. period. So the last Fumi Yoshinaga title I read is Lovers in the Night. Now this one was not my favorite, but I also did not hate it. I am keeping this because I could see myself reading this again. It has its funny moments. It's cute. It's very Fumi Yoshinaga. Next up on the stack is The Aromatic Bitters by Erika Sakurazawa. I have all of her English published works and I have been slowly going through them. And this one was just as interesting as all of the other works of hers that I have read. She really likes to write about messy people who are going through some things and who are doing some things that are probably not the best things to do, and it has a lot of rereadability, and that's one thing that I do love about her works. Next up I have Between the Sheets. This one might have been my favorite of her stories that I've read. This is a story about two women, Minako and Saki, who are very close friends, and Minako may be more attached to Saki than you know, than she lets on. And she does some things that are, oof, it's a mess. It's a mess. So in the comments, let me know if you've read any of these titles and what you think about them. So on that note, I'm gonna go sit down and read your manga. Bye.